channel. My name is Ashley. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a return viewer, I appreciate you coming back week after week. I have my special guest, John. And we don't know what we're going to talk about, but whatever we talk about, it's going to be good. So, I'm going to let you lead.
Why?
Because it's my channel. I be doing a lot of talking. And I'm going to follow your lead today, so.
Okay, so yesterday we talked about, we did a video, and then we talked about being intentional and being balanced. So I always forget I don't know why I forget the balance part, but those two are one of the things that we were working on. I'm not even calling names, just specifically her, but I was helping her and assisting her and helping her to get better with creating good balance and good intention to help speak, basically, and just communicating with people, giving your energy to the wrong or right people, and having that discernment to do those things and not be drained at the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, today's been great. Always a good day when I'm with her, always. Just kind of staying together, improving every day, kind of continue to grow as a couple and continue to grow hopefully towards marriage one day, which is that's the end goal. And just keeping on being intentional and being balanced. Those two are two words, actually today, those are two words we're going to talk about today. So it's balance and intention in a relationship. So yesterday we talked about that with her and how giving your energy to the wrong people is going to drain you emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and it's going to show. So whenever and like for people that are naturally extroverted, who are naturally talkative, who are naturally friendly, it's hard for them to know that. Like, I know for when I first started talking to her and like months into it, like I told her I don't like people. Like I just don't like talking sometimes. She's like, why?
Right.
She doesn't understand it.
I didn't understand it at first. But again, it goes back to our video from last week about the progress. Like, I understand him now. And it's just, we said it yesterday. He said a lot. Like, God has a sense of humor because we are so, like, our principles and morals are the same, but personality-wise, we couldn't be any different. Like, I'm the extroverted one. He's the introverted one. But to me, like, even saying it just makes sense why God put us together. Because in order to, like, we help each other be balanced, I think.
It is true, because, like, it's perfectly balanced, because like sometimes, perfect example, like when I like to be quiet, like some people when I'm really quiet they're like, what's wrong? Like nothing's wrong, it's just how I am. Mm-hmm. It's just I'm introverted, but I'm also an extrovert. I'm an INTJ, ENTJ. For those of you who don't know what that means, I'm an introvert. At majority of the time I'm introverted, but I have extrovert tendencies depending on the circumstance or the situation. Right?
I haven't took the Myers-Briggs test yet, but I want to, and maybe I'll take it and put it at the end or somewhere in the video and leave the link below so you guys can take it, because I'm just curious. Even though I know I'm extroverted, I just still want to take the test. But yeah.
Yeah, and do that. But just from us two, from our perspective, like one thing I've noticed for me, she gets sad when I'm like sometimes really quiet and standoffish, but I'm not even standoffish. It's just I don't want to talk. Or if I'm in a setting I don't know everyone, I'll go to the car, I'll just stand there. Or when I'm not talk to, but like if you're gonna speak to me, I'm gonna speak back. But at the same time, it's like it's not my place or time to speak. Like, one, we don't have that type of relationship yet, and then two, I just don't feel not comfortable with it. Because I'm comfortable talking to everybody, but it's just in that particular time, right? And then with her on the other spectrum, she's Energizer Bunny. She'll go left, right, back, right, to the right, keep going right, then automatically switch left. I'm just like, whoa. And like sometimes I'll catch myself, I'm like, bro.
And but it's been great because like I can't emphasize it enough. If you know a word better than great, please put it below. Just let me know, because I feel like it's better than great, because I can still be my great, amazing self. That the undertones are extrovert, which means I'm friendly, bubbly, love people. However, like from him explaining some things to me, like it doesn't have to drain me. I don't have to talk to everyone. Like I'm a natural, I want to help, but I can't help everyone. I'm only one person. And like I can be ecstatic and just show it in my smile, but I'm not screaming. Like I'm not yelling and jumping up and down. Like deep down, I really may want to. And in the past, I would, like he said, I'd be just jumping up and down. But then wonder why I'm dead tired, because you done jumped up and down and hopped all around all day. You know what I'm saying? So again, with the balance, I'm glad he mentioned today, because like yesterday and the past few days have been like more so I feel like working on me and what I was trying to chill with. And then like he said, kind of today, it's not even like an issue, but it's just always, we can always grow. Like we talked about, like I was like, oh, so sad. I'm not sad for it, but I was like, yo, you know, when you get real quiet, it just kind of sucks. But I know nothing's wrong, but it's still just like, I don't know if it's just the nature of a woman to want to just check and make sure you're okay. But I mean, he was, but like basically today I was like, I feel like pretty chill, but still speaking. And then he was like, he's his normal self, but it seemed like more quiet than normal. But nothing was wrong, and I knew that. But yeah, so basically we can help each other in social settings. Like for me, I would be the one in a room of people that want to talk to every person and then come back again and then make sure we exchange numbers to talk later. But he would be the one that's just observant, hey, head nod type thing. And I don't have to necessarily talk to you, even if it's for me like a business thing. I can't talk to everybody, and it's been really, really good for me because it's not any pressure. Like I'm not gonna even post the other one because this is enough.
Yeah.
Like balance is here, and just from a psychological standpoint with depression, there's highs and lows. So you can have the manic is the super high, and then I can't remember what the low one was, but like you don't want to be at either. You want to be in the middle, okay? Right. And so scripture reference, there's so many I could put, but the one that's right here just talks about be still and know. And I've done a video on that before, but it's just important, like we talked about in Sunday school,
before
you make a choice, you want to think, pray, and then think, pray, ask. And again, it just goes with anything. Like before I even speak, is it worth wasting my energy? Is it worth it? And if it is, then you can. But I mean, just think. And it's not like it may be hard at first, but if you pray to God, He's gonna help you. So
yeah. And then just like basing this whole video relationally, when it comes to being balanced and intentional in what you're trying to accomplish, either as a couple or as an individual, working on yourself and us working on ourselves together, and she helping me and I helping her. Like one of the things about relationships that most people don't get is like, bruh, in a relationship, you just can't speak to every dude or every female like you were if you were single. Like, and I get your intentions are good, but you got to think about the other person too. That's what I started to realize. And then she's been realized it, but it's not like she just realized it today and I'm just saying it. No, we talk about these things all the time. So like when it comes to you guys, like self-assess and understand that it's not about you when you get into this type of relationship. This is not meant for children, and this is not a game. Like if I'm talking to a female and I go talk to a bunch more, my intentions might be good, but their intentions might not be good.
And then like he said, cause it's definitely, it would never be him. Not because it wouldn't, but just our personalities. It would not be him talking to a bunch of females, because he's thought that through. It would be me talking to like dudes and females, just talking to everybody, but not even thinking how does that make him feel, even though I know for a fact my intentions are great. Like he said, he trusts me. He don't know what their intentions are. And me being the friendly person I am, like people can take that as more than what it is. So it's just important, like you said, self-assess, because it's so great to just be self-aware, okay? Right. And I may just go into that different video, but being self-aware is important, and it's even more important when you're in a relationship, because you're aware of yourself, you're aware, hopefully they're aware of themselves, and so that makes them even in tune with the other person to know, are they sad, are they happy, could this, what I'm doing, affect them? And we talked about that, choices. That was the word in Sunday school, choices.
Right. And then with the choices, like in a relationship, everybody still has a choice. Like even though y'all are together and then y'all are working towards marriage, you both still have a choice to make. You can either choose to respect your mate or who you're trying to build with, or you can also disrespect your mate, not intentionally, but you could also not think anything about what they're feeling or what how they think, and just how you can ignore all the signs, basically. Like you can ignore what you're supposed to do and then just go completely left. You know what I mean? And that goes both ways. It's not one-sided, other individual. Personality doesn't matter. That's just the decision of choice, right? And then bringing it back to the context of the video, when we say, I just lost it. No, like, what'd you just say?
About like if I was going around talking to everybody, like the disrespect.
Right, disrespect. So like, bringing it back to the moral of this video is just saying, like, you can't help everybody, you can't communicate with everybody, you can't talk to everybody and give everybody your energy. And we talked about this in a previous video, which is going to be posted probably, but like especially in a relationship. So just easy sake of argument, right? Like, for a relationship, I can't give all my energy to other people, because that means it might not mean it in the moment, but like maybe she'll feel like, oh, you're giving more attention in that conversation to other people, but you don't do that with me. I don't want her ever feeling like that, and it would hurt me to make her feel like that. And then now we got to reconcile something so small but it can turn into a bigger thing. It can lead to cheating. It can lead to all these outside conversations in a relationship. And we've talked about these things. So it's just like being cognitive of those aspects of a relationship and having the respect to be like, okay, yo, nip that in the bud. Roll with it. Let's rock.
And nip a problem in the bud that's not even a problem yet. Like, we haven't had any issues, but it's just like it could potentially be an issue. Like, well, for one, the issue started with me. Like, I was being drained just from my like doing too much. Okay, so again, it affects me. We talked about it in Sunday school. Like, the choices you make, they only affect me. I was exhausted, which means when I'm with him, I'm not as, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna affect our situation if I'm not my best, because he don't want to see me like that. It's going to affect everything around you. But I'm going to end it like this. When he's talking about, I can't help everyone. We talked about like a helpmate. It talks about it in the Bible. I'll put the scripture on the screen. But I think it's just a different translation. He who finds a wife, Lord help me.
Finds a good thing.
Finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. But there's also one about a helpmate. Something like that. And I'll find it. But like, basically, your partner is, if they're not helping you, that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like someone needs to hear that, because when you come together with the person that's from God, one, you're gonna know. You're just gonna know. I always heard people say that, and I'm like, how do you really know? But you know, because deep down inside, even when you're with the wrong person, you know. You're just choosing to stay for whatever reason, but you know. But a really good sign is, are they helping you? And it's not gonna be something that's forced, that feels like they're being controlling. No, it's just like literally legit. Like, if you need help and they're there to do that, it's not a burden on anybody's side. It's just like you're appreciative of the help and vice versa. So.
All right, and a perfect example, like just with her last week, she was feeling some type of way at work. She was getting real worked up. She got really emotional. She was about to start, breaking down, having all these thoughts going through. I'm just like, hey, chill for a second. Like, yeah, it's okay. Like,
and literally that, like, he felt it through the phone, because I texted him. I don't even remember the text. I was just like, yo, I'm about to cry and blah blah blah. And literally, like, I don't know, I was working a lot. Like, that was one of them days where I was just all over the place. But when I came back to my phone and saw his message, it was like, babe, chill. Like, it was real simple. It made me smile. And like, literally, that's what it's all about. Same way, like, sometimes he'll get, I'm not gonna say worked up, but like, he gets hype about text messages, because he's like, he likes to, not text, tweets, because he likes to, you know what
I'm argumentative,
he
but I'm
is
not
just
really.
not for the sake of like being a jerk, but for the sake of knowing, like,
it's
I can prove you wrong, and like, he enjoys that. I understand. I like it too sometimes, but like, sometimes I'm like, babe, it's not even that serious. But you know what I'm saying? So it's again, we're here to help each other, and you should feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable talking, like, iron sharpens iron, that's in the word. If you don't feel comfortable sharpening, like,
in a good, healthy way, like,
yeah, that's the problem.
I'm not gonna tell her to shut up. I'm not gonna tell her, sometimes I'll tell her it's not that serious, because it's not. But other times, if it's like a certain situation, I'm not gonna say it's not that serious, because it might not be serious to me. What's serious to me is not serious to her. What's serious to her is not that serious to me. But that's just different perspectives. But I can say that because our relationship where it is now and our foundation is strong. So I can say not anything, but I can say, chill out. 1,
right.
It's not that serious. 2, 3, it'll be okay. Like, these things. And then 4, we need to work on this. Like, when she told me this, like, whenever we first started talking on the phone, but like when we first got into officially becoming a couple, and then work talking on the phone every day, like realizing who she was. I didn't really see the extrovert side that much, but I'm starting to see it more and more now. I'm just like, we're gonna work on that. And like she was like, I know on the phone, like I know she don't gotta tell me that how she feels. Like it's just like, work on that. What you mean? Like it's just what? No, but it's nothing bad though. Like when people say let's work on that, like that's no negative undertone at all. Like I'm just trying to help her and be for her to be the best her. Because when like extroverts especially, like, and just me studying her and being around her, like she gets drained from doing too much. She has a lot on her plate, and I see her list every day, so she has a bunch of stuff that she goes through. So I'm just like, bro, like it's okay to do these things, but just be calm, cool, and collected. Don't call 11 people in a day, which is nothing wrong with that. I told her what makes her personality great is what I love her for. Like it's nothing wrong, it's nothing bad at all. It
goes
can
back
be
to the balance,
right. It has to be balanced, right? And our foundation is strong, right? So like I told her, like she already knows this. Like it can lead to other things in a relationship. Like it might come off as flirtatious to other people, and then they could take advantage of those things. And then their intentions might be just to get with you, get your number, whatever these things are. I'm just like, man, that's taxing on your mind, spiritually. It's taxing on your mind. It's taxing on your spirit. It's taxing on your body too, because it shows, right? Because what you thought you were giving off, they give it back, and you're like, really?
Right.
And then now you're wondering. So don't be in wonder. Always communicate. Always be together on one accord with each other, because those things are important. Like, and that's what she brought up, the helping mate. Like, I'm glad I'm here for her. Like.
And
vice versa for me, because I know I need to speak more sometimes and give my thoughts off sometimes, but at the same time, like I gotta work on those things, and that's what she's here for. So I'm just like, it's all about balance. Like I'm not telling her to shut up. I'm not telling her to be quiet, because that's bad. That's toxic.
That wouldn't be helping me.
It's not helping her.
The fact that he was there to say we're going to work on that, and literally the way we worked on it was, like he said initially, I was like, I ain't trying to hear that, but that's just my personality. I don't want to hear it. But the way he didn't wait on me to hear it. It was like the next time we made plans, and then I was trying to go back and forth. He's like, no, we're going to stick to what we originally said, and that's a way to step in and help. Like I'm not gonna make this any longer, but it is. We talked about it today. Love is a choice. So if anything feels forced, God don't even force us to love and serve him. So if you're in a situation that feels forced, that's not it. It's just not. So I'm done.
And then I was thinking of a word, not a word, but I told her this because this is just her personality. I used the word, you got some people who are decisive, you got some people who are just very indecisive and can't make a decision for themselves. With her, she's indecisively decisive. So what I mean by that is, like, she has so much stuff going on in her mind, she makes it up right then. But then 2 minutes later, flip it. Like,
and then that's it. It's like I've decided on the second one.
Right. On the second one, she's very decisive. So she's indecisively decisive, which is not a negative term.
It's just the truth. The truth. And then I'm gonna say this: the way to kind of not be that, because you want the Bible talks about let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. If you're like me, and what's helped me is just to slow it down. You don't have to speak your thoughts out loud. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll just be talking out loud, and then we may try to run with the first thing I said, but then later I was like, but I want to do this. So it's okay. Just talk it out with your person, but also just think. Just take a moment to think. And like we said, think, pray, ask.
Pray, ask.
Yeah. And then we talked about in Sunday school, like once you pray, like God may not lead you to ask or talk to anybody else. He may just say chill or whatever the case may be. But we're going to wrap it up. There's definitely more where this came from, because we could talk all day, but this ain't the time for all that.
And just remember, like, this is what progress to marriage is supposed to look like. You help each other. It is not about, you're not disliking the person for their flaws. That's not what got you attracted to them in the first place, and that's what's not keeping y'all together. Because the flaws, y'all can work on that. And it's not even flaws for us. Like, my goal is to never have an argument or have any issue that's gonna compromise what we got going here. Because there's just no point in there's no point in being miserable. There's no point in being sad. There's no point in being mean about anything. Like, this is my potential wife. I say that all the time, and I mean that just because, like, I'm intentional of what I want. I know what I want. Like, I can't screw this up, and this is positivity, as much positive as I can, push it. So that's all this video is, and then everything we talked about with being balanced, intentional, all those things. Just, you got to create balance for everything, and you got to be intentional in what you want. If you're not doing those things, one's off and one's not, it's gonna hurt in the end, because you're gonna either be dealing with heartbreak, somebody's gonna cheat on you, because you got to communicate too. That's for another video, but just take heed today what you can do to improve the well-being of you and your other significant person. Like, that's the main message. Like, happiness is key, and my job is to make her as happy as possible. So just take the initiative and do those things. And that's all I got.
I got one more thing.
Yes.
Is the elephant heavy?
We coming back.
We coming back, baby! God bless you all. Peace. I can't close it. Oh, maybe I can do it. Oh, we'll do it right here.